What's up, y'all? Y'all can see I'm still pimpled up. But it's King Carlos, my nigga, back with another one. I want to speak on a topic that's important. I should have been made a video on it. I've been wanting to make a video on it. I just didn't make it. But that was what Akon said about black people getting over slavery. Or black people should get over slavery. First off, let me say this, bro. And I've said this before. African people did not sell their own people into slavery. They sold us, the Hebrews. Okay? We're not the same races, and we're different ethnicity. We're a different ethnicity. Okay? That's number one. This is why you can look it up. Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, James Baldwin, a lot of our smart leaders have memoirs and books talking about how in the 50s, early 50s, late 50s, and the 60s, Africans were in all-white restaurants. African people were accepted into all-white restaurants because white people knew that it was a different ethnicity of people. This is why you don't see brothers like Akumbo and sisters like sisters that look like Nikita, what her name is? Lupita Nyong'o. Is it Lupita Nyong'o? I think Lupita Nyong'o getting shot, right? You don't see brothers like Michael Kalula getting shot and stuff like that. This is why they understand that's a different race of people. Okay? So even though they're the ones that depict in movies, they know the truth. They know their real heritage. They know that we're actually Hebrew. We just don't know that. They know that a lot of us are Native American. We just don't know that. Okay? With that being said, bro, the connection to slavery is totally different. Obviously, it's 100%, 100% different, right? It's 100% on a different level. When you look at the interview that Vlad did with Freeway Ricky Ross, like the way he said, and Freeway Ricky Ross didn't even say this, but he kind of touched on it. The stuff that happened in slavery, though, that kind of treatment to any kind of person is, if you let that shit go on for hundreds of years like we did, our ancestors did, it's generational, bro. The pain is generational, and the pain is DNA connected, generational. So this is why a lot of us black people are scared of white people, and we never understood why we were like scared of white people, or why we scared to talk, we scared to be ourselves in front of white people, even when we're not around teachers, even when we're not around authority, we just scared to cuss in front of white people. That comes from being beaten when you speak a certain way in front of white people for hundreds of years, and our ancestors passed that down in their DNA to us. A lot of us are afraid. A lot of us, the fear we have of the police as black people, that was passed down generation for generation in the DNA, bro, from being afraid of authority, right? From being mistreated by police officers and just authority figures in general, and mostly white people, bro. All that shit is associated with white people. This is why a lot of white black people associate authority with white people regardless, and associate importance with white people. This is why a lot of black people, when a disaster comes or something is overtaken someplace, a lot of black people that live in white neighborhoods feel like They're safe because they feel like white people wouldn't get touched by it. Like if they feel like if a war came or something like that, or if there was a riot, or if there was some type of murder, he wouldn't come to a white neighborhood, right? Because they feel they associate white people with superiority because they've been taught that generation to generation. African people haven't. This is why African people are very proud the way they are. They speak very boldly the way they do, etc., etc. It's not the same thing. This is why they tell us to get over it. The same way white people tell us to get over it because there's no connection to them. Anybody that's connected to something like that, you're not going to get over it. A lot of our blood is screaming out for revenge. I've spoken on that before. Speak on it again, bro. Our blood is screaming out for revenge. You have to understand that.